And so here we are, 2011. I believe that that is where we are in my community, but that is also where we are as a society. Got choices on how to be good. How to be good people to each other. How to be good relatives to those of our relatives that may have wings, fins, paws, or roots. We got a shot at being better people, each time. How does that look? I don't have, there is not a blueprint or I think that Gil Scott-Heron recently, had that, he passed away, but I understood that I remember he used to say the revolution will not be televised. You will not be able to wear your green and black liberation jumpsuit just for the occasion. How does it look to make a choice to be different? I don't have exactly a plan. In the course of my life, I've been around half a century now. I've testified at hearings, testified at Congress, litigated, been to a lot of regulatory commissions, protested, demonstrated, run for national office. I was arrested, chained myself to the front of a phone book factory in LA because I didn't think that a 1,000-year-old tree should be a phone book. Yeah. And I've been to the UN. I still do most of those things. I also, as it turns out, grow corn. If we're going to quote our dads, my father used to tell me something a long time ago, he passed away. He used to say, you're a really smart young woman, Winona, but I don't want to hear your philosophy if you can't grow corn. It's a really interesting thing to say. But there's something meaningful about that. And that we can talk about it, or we can do it. Yeah? And sometimes it takes a while to make change happen. Whether it is the Arab Spring or, a change in consciousness, it is the practice that takes a while to gain traction, to grow, to be nurtured, to flourish. Yeah. I used to say, and I don't want a bigger piece of the pie. I want a different pie. I like a pie that has justice in it. I like a pie that I know that there's some intergenerational equity, that what I do today won't compromise those generations that didn't arrive yet. Yeah. I like a pie that I can share with everybody. Yeah. And I like it to be good and never ending, I guess. So in that, how one makes change. You are commencing your year. I like that you have this ceremony at the beginning. It takes time to make change. We have become people who watch TV and in 48 minutes you got a character development, a couple problems, and it's all fixed. Yeah? By the end of the show. That's actually not real. I don't want to tell you that, but sometimes it takes years, or sometimes it takes 30 years, But so keep your eye on where it is you are going, but let it not just be about you. That it is not only about your own personal evolution or revolution of consciousness, it is how we collectively make this world better. Yeah? And that is going to take a while. You're going to take some turns here and there. I never get wedded to one strategy. I just want to tell you that. There's not one way to get there. Sometimes you got to take a little detour over here. It becomes a fantastic adventure. But in the end, keep your eye where you're going, or where we're all going. Remember that change is not made by somebody someplace else. I wished, turns out there is no social change fairy. Out there living next to a tooth fairy or anything like that. There is, you can't put into your pillow, I would like to have clean water. It's fixed. Turns out that change, great deeds are made by individuals who have some courage, some commitment, yeah? Whether it is the right to vote, whether it is to, the right to, be free of some toxins, or whether it is the right to have some peace. or a 40-hour work week. Those changes were made by people who put their bodies on their line and their minds on the line. It is that process that we remember and we honor when we think about revolution and we think about change. In the end, or I guess there is no end when you are in this process of Minopamata Zeman, what I would tell you is that, my own community, we waited for people to fix things for us. There's this great word in Yiddish, kvetch. You could sit around and kvetch for 20 years about how messed up things are, yeah? All you get is kind of an ulcer, headache, and things don't change, really, yeah? So we looked around my reservation and a lot of things messed up there, everybody stole our land, our people got diabetes, got a lot of cops. I mean, not where you want them, Got, high rates of this and that, And they said, well, it looks like no one's gonna come save us. So we realized we weren't the best looking, we weren't the smartest, we weren't the richest, but we were the only ones who lived there. And so we put our heads together and we changed a lot of things. My community, I got fish back that never lived there for a long time, sturgeon. I got wind turbines. We're growing 800-year-old corn and squash. We got people who, in our schools, that eat local food. And we brought back all our ceremonial items plus our language, and a radio station. Not bad.